Beloved chosen one, this message is for you, not for the crowd, not for the multitudes, not for the ones who walk casually through life, unaware of the higher call. It is for the soul who has cried in silence, the heart that has bled without witness, and the spirit that has whispered prayers it thought no one heard. It is for you, the one set apart, hand-picked, and known by name, before the foundation of the world. You have carried silent tears, tears no one else saw. Tears you wiped quickly before anyone could notice. Tears you shed in the midnight hour, when everyone else was asleep. Those tears did not fall into emptiness. They were not wasted. Each one has been seen, each one has been recorded, and each one has been answered by the God who never sleeps and never turns his face away. Right now, heaven leans toward you. Right now, there is a divine stirring, a shift in the unseen. You are standing in a moment unlike any you've faced before. What felt like silence was not abandonment. What felt like delay was not denial. And what felt like loneliness was in fact preparation. Because God was closer in your tears than in your laughter. I speak to you with urgency. Your story is about to shift. The very cries you thought were ignored have been the incense rising before the throne. The very groans of your heart have been translated into heaven's language of breakthrough. And now God says, I have heard every single one. You see, chosen one, you are not like others. You are not walking an ordinary path. You were called into the wilderness so you could encounter God in a way others cannot. You were placed in hidden places so your roots could grow deep before the winds of destiny blow upon your branches. And now those hidden tears have become the seedbed for the harvest that is coming. But listen closely. What is about to unfold is not simply comfort for your pain. It is transformation. The tears you cried have watered the soil of your future. The prayers you whispered in weakness have opened doors in the spirit realm. You are on the edge of divine unveiling, and though the enemy tried to convince you otherwise, you are not forgotten, and you will not remain unseen. Stay with me, for in this message, you will discover what those tears have been preparing you for. You will learn the signs that your breakthrough is closer than you realize. And you will hear the instruction God has been waiting to release to you, the very steps that will position you for what's coming next. Beloved, your silent tears have spoken the loudest in heaven. And now heaven responds. Chosen one. Pause for a moment and breathe deeply. This is not just another message scrolling across your screen. This is a prophetic word that carries the weight of heaven behind it. Do not mistake this moment for chance, for nothing about this message is coincidence. Every syllable has been orchestrated, every sentence divinely woven to reach your heart right now, in this very season. The voice you hear through me is not my own. I am but a vessel, a messenger delivering the heart of God directly to you. For long before you pressed play, long before these words were spoken, they were whispered into existence by the one who formed you in the secret place. God himself has leaned down to ensure that you hear this, because he knows the battles you've fought, the questions you've carried, and the tears that have soaked your pillow. Hear this with reverence. The Lord has not forgotten you. Even when people passed by, even when friends failed you, even when the silence of heaven seemed deafening, God was closer than your breath. The creator of galaxies was cradling your soul in the unseen. He has been both the keeper of your tears and the author of your destiny. And so he interrupts your routine today with this divine appointment. He says, I heard you. I have seen you. I will respond to you. That is why this message feels different from the noise around you. That is why your spirit leans in with a mixture of trembling and hope. It is because heaven has chosen this very hour to unveil what has been hidden from you. The pain you endured was not random. The tears you cried were not wasted. They became sacred offerings, prayers that ascended like incense, And though you could not see the movement, angels were dispatched on your behalf. Though you felt stillness, heaven was weaving together a masterpiece in silence. Do not doubt that this moment is for you. If you have ever wondered whether God speaks personally, let this message be the answer. Yes, He does. And right now, He is speaking directly to your spirit. This word is your confirmation, your divine reminder, and your reassurance that the unseen hand of God has been guiding you all along. The Father wants you to know that what is coming is not just a season of recovery, it is a season of unveiling. He has preserved you for such a time as this. The tears were the hidden language of your breakthrough, and now the response is on its way. So lean in, beloved. Let your heart open wide. For what you are about to hear will shift the way you see your past, reframe your present, and ignite your future with hope. The prophecy is about to be unveiled, not a distant word for someone else, but a living, breathing revelation meant for you. Prepare yourself. Heaven is speaking. Chosen one, lean in closely, for now the veil is lifting. What you have carried in silence, what you have endured in hidden places, has brought you to this exact moment. This is not a random turning of the page. This is a prophetic unveiling. The Lord declares your tears have been your testimony in waiting, and now your waiting shall become your witness. What was sown in sorrow shall be reaped in joy. What you carried in darkness shall now break forth in light. You see, every tear you cried has been a seed. The ground may have seemed barren, the soil dry, and the season endless. Yet God says, I have been watering what you cannot see. I have been cultivating what you thought was dead. And soon the sprouts of promise will break through the earth of your life. The prophecy is this: you are stepping into a season of unveiling where the hidden work of God will be made visible. The silent prayers you whispered in loneliness were never ignored. They were stored, treasured, and multiplied. And now the heavens are opening to pour out what you once believed was lost. There will be restoration where there was loss. There will be laughter where there were tears. And there will be doors flung open that no man can shut, doors you did not even know existed. For the Lord has said, I am the one who opens, and no man can close. And I am the one who closes what would destroy you. Chosen one. Picture this, a field long dry, cracked by the sun, appearing lifeless. But beneath the surface, roots remained alive, waiting for rain. Suddenly clouds gather, rain pours, and the ground once barren bursts into bloom. This is your life in this very hour. Where you saw nothing, you will soon see abundance. Where you felt forsaken, you will soon feel overflow. And yet the prophecy does not end with blessing alone. It carries weight, responsibility, and calling. For you are not simply being restored for your own comfort, but for your divine assignment. God has preserved you, protected you, and even hidden you, so that when He revealed you, His glory would shine undeniably through you. Your tears were the oil that anointed your destiny. They marked you not as one forgotten, but as one chosen. Heaven has recorded them, and now heaven responds with power. The Spirit of the Lord whispers, prepare, for I will cause the tables to turn. The very places where you were overlooked will become the platforms where you are seen. The very voices that doubted you will witness your vindication. And the very battles that broke you will become the testimony that crowns you. Do not marvel at the delay, for delay was the hand of God protecting the timing. Had the doors opened sooner, you would have entered unprepared. But now your tears have tempered your spirit. Your trials have refined your faith, and your loneliness has deepened your roots. Chosen one, the unveiling is near. You will walk into rooms where favor has already been prepared. You will encounter opportunities that align with the very prayers you thought went unanswered. And you will discover that what was hidden was only hidden until heaven's perfect time. So hear this prophecy and hold it tight. Your silent tears have summoned a season of unveiling. Your pain will not end in pain, it will end in purpose. And your story will not end in sorrow, it will end in glory. This is the word of the Lord to you. Every single tear has been heard, and every single one will be redeemed. Chosen one. Now that the prophecy has been unveiled, let us pause to uncover the spiritual depth hidden within it. Prophecy is not only a foretelling, it is a mirror of divine principles, a map of heaven's patterns woven into your journey. To receive this word fully, you must understand its meaning beyond the surface, for the Father always speaks in layers, symbol, spirit, and substance. Your tears, though silent, are not insignificant. In Scripture, David declared, "You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book." Imagine that every drop of sorrow, every ache of your heart preserved in heaven as something precious. God does not discard tears, He transforms them. They become the water that softens the soil of destiny. Without rain, seeds cannot sprout. Without tears, some parts of your calling would remain dormant. Tears are often misunderstood. The world sees them as weakness, but heaven sees them as surrender. When you wept in your hidden place, you were not breaking. You were being poured out, emptied of self, so that God could fill you anew. Like oil pressed from the olive, your tears release the anointing of endurance, compassion, and faith. Consider the storm as a metaphor. When clouds gather, when the sky darkens, it feels like chaos. Yet storms water the earth, cleanse the air, and prepare the land for growth. Your stormy nights, your lonely hours, your unanswered questions were not signs of abandonment. They were God's way of watering the seeds He planted in you long ago. Without those storms, you would not be rooted enough to stand in the sun that is now rising. Destiny is rarely birthed without travail. Just as a woman's labor pains precede the birth of life, your tears have been labor pains of the Spirit. You were not crying just because you were travailing, birthing something unseen. Heaven calls you to recognize this. Your sorrow was prophetic in itself, declaring that something greater was being prepared in the unseen realm. The spiritual meaning is also tied to timing. Tears come in the night, but joy in the morning. Notice that night does not last forever. It is seasonal. So too, with your pain. Divine timing is not aligned with human clocks. While you thought you were delayed, heaven was aligning. While you thought nothing was moving, everything was shifting into place. Your tears marked the waiting period, but they also watered the promise. Think also of the door. Tears are often the key that opens what pride cannot. When you humbled yourself in those moments of quiet anguish, when you bowed low in surrender, you were turning the unseen lock. Now the door swings open, not because of striving, but because of surrender. This is the paradox of the kingdom. The low are lifted, the broken are healed, and the weeping are comforted. And the meaning runs even deeper. Tears purify. Just as rivers cleanse, your tears washed away illusions, false dependencies, and misplaced trust. They carved channels in your soul, channels through which God's presence now flows more freely. What once was cluttered by noise has been cleared by weeping. You are purer, stronger, and more focused because of what you endured. Understand this. Chosen one, your tears aligned you with Christ. For even the Son of God wept. He wept at Lazarus's tomb. He wept over Jerusalem. He wept in Gethsemane, sweating drops like blood. If the Savior Himself embraced tears, then yours have placed you in holy company. You have walked the narrow way of those who suffer, yet emerge in glory. The spiritual depth of this prophecy is not only about comfort, it is about transformation. You are no longer the same person who began this journey. You may not realize it, but the tears have shaped you into someone capable of carrying what God is about to release. You could not remain who you were because your destiny required more. And so God allowed the breaking so that He could bring forth the making. The message is this: your tears were never wasted. They were seeds, keys, rivers, labor pains, and offerings. They are the language of your destiny. And now that their purpose has been fulfilled, the Lord brings you into the morning where joy shall overflow, and the promises spoken will begin to manifest. Chosen. 1. Hold this truth. Your silent tears have been your loudest prayer, and in the economy of heaven, no prayer goes unanswered. Chosen 1. Prophecy is never released without confirmation. God is faithful, and He does not speak in vain. He leaves signs both subtle and unmistakable, so that your heart may know this word is for you. As you listen, discern carefully, for you may already be seeing these very indicators in your own journey. 1. Unexplainable peace in the midst of storms. One of the first signs is that peace will begin to rise in you even when circumstances around you remain turbulent. Where once you felt panic or despair, now you sense a stillness you cannot explain. This peace is not denial, it is divine assurance. It is God whispering, "I am in control." 2. Sudden shifts in relationships. You may notice certain people drifting away while others suddenly enter your life. This is not random. God is realigning your circle, pruning what cannot walk with you into the next season, and bringing in those who will support your destiny. What feels like loss is actually protection. 3. Restlessness with the old. Another sign is a growing dissatisfaction with things that once seemed comfortable. You no longer fit where you used to. Conversations, environments, or routines that once felt normal now feel heavy. This is heaven nudging you. You are being prepared for more. 4. Repeated symbols or numbers. God often speaks through patterns. Perhaps you keep seeing the same numbers like 11, 11, 7, or 3. Perhaps you hear the same phrase repeatedly, or a scripture keeps resurfacing. These repetitions are not coincidence. They are divine winks, confirmations that heaven is drawing your attention to the coming shift. 5. Closed doors that lead to better ones. You may have noticed opportunities that looked promising suddenly shut tight. Do not despair. This is God's protection. Often the closing of one door is the divine key to a greater one opening. What seems like rejection is redirection, a sign that the right door is being prepared. 6. Renewed strength in weakness. Despite exhaustion, you find a strange endurance rising within you. You should have collapsed by now, yet something keeps pushing you forward. This is not your strength. It is God's strength carrying you until the breakthrough manifests. Beloved, these signs may seem ordinary, but they are extraordinary in the Spirit. They are evidence that you are not forgotten, that the word you are hearing now is already active in your life. Pay attention. Look back over the past weeks, even the past months. Can you trace these markers? Can you see the fingerprints of God woven into your daily journey? If so, rejoice, for you are walking in alignment with prophecy. Confirmation is not meant to give you fear, but courage. Each sign is heaven's way of saying, "Stay steady. The answer is closer than you think." Chosen 1. You are not lost, you are guided. And the signs you see are the very proof that your tears have been heard. Chosen 1, before the dawn breaks, the night often grows darkest. Before the harvest bursts forth, the soil must endure storms. And before prophecy unfolds, there are always hidden challenges. Understand this: what you face now is not punishment. It is preparation. The enemy would have you believe that obstacles are a sign of abandonment, but the truth is the opposite. When challenges intensify, it is often the clearest signal that breakthrough is near. Think of a mother in labor. The pains grow sharper just before the child is born. So it is with you. The pressure you feel is not to destroy you, but to deliver you into destiny. These challenges may take many forms. 1. Increased opposition. You may find that as your season of unveiling approaches, resistance rises. People may misunderstand you. Circumstances may grow more complicated. Doors may slam shut without explanation. This is not because you are off track. It is because the enemy senses what heaven is about to release, and he trembles. Opposition is often confirmation in disguise. 2. Inner doubt. Another challenge is the battle within. Old fears and insecurities may resurface. You may hear whispers of, "Did God really say?" or "Maybe you misheard." Recognize these as lies meant to shake your faith. Your tears were proof of your endurance, and your doubts are only smoke meant to cloud the vision of what is already yours. 3. Delayed fulfillment. Sometimes the hardest test is simply waiting. Days turn to weeks and weeks into months, and you wonder if anything is happening at all. But remember, the seed breaks the soil only after much unseen growth. Delay is not denial. It is God aligning every detail so that when it happens, it will be undeniable that it was Him. 4. Unexpected setbacks. There may be moments where you feel you've taken 2 steps forward only to be pushed 3 steps back. Finances may strain. Health may falter. Relationships may feel shaky. Yet these are not signs of failure. They are tests of trust. The Father allows these moments to strengthen your faith muscle so that when blessing comes, you will carry it without wavering. 5. The silence of God. Perhaps the hardest challenge is when heaven seems quiet. When prayers echo back without answer. When you long for a word, but hear only silence. Take heart. Chosen. One silence is not absence. In the stillness, God is working. Just as a teacher remains quiet during a test, so does God in seasons of proving. But His silence is heavy with presence, and His unseen hand is still moving. Beloved, do not misinterpret these challenges. They are not curses. They are confirmations. They are not punishments. They are proof. You are being refined, stretched, and strengthened. Just as gold must pass through fire to shine, you too are passing through your refining season. Hold firm. Chosen one. These challenges will not last forever, but the lessons they forge within you will remain eternal. And soon you will look back and say, "What I thought would break me became the very thing that built me." Chosen one prophecy without instruction is incomplete. God not only reveals what is coming, He equips you to step into it. Every breakthrough requires alignment. Every promise requires preparation. This is why heaven whispers to you now. Do not only hear, obey. Do not only hope, act. For your obedience will open the door to your next season. Here are the instructions for this appointed time. 1. Guard your atmosphere. What you allow around you shapes what grows within you. Be vigilant about what you watch, what you listen to, and who you spend time with. Not every voice deserves access to your spirit. In this season, God is calling you to create a sanctuary in your heart, an atmosphere where His presence can dwell unhindered. Limit the noise of distraction and make space for stillness. For in the quiet, you will hear His direction clearly. 2. Stay anchored in prayer. Your tears were prayers, but now God calls you to pray with authority. This is the time to shift from weeping into declaring. Begin to speak life over your situation. Pray scriptures out loud. Proclaim promises into the atmosphere. Heaven responds to faith-filled words. Do not underestimate the power of your voice. It is a sword in the Spirit. 3. Embrace obedience in small things. Do not wait for a grand instruction before you act. God often tests faithfulness in the small before entrusting the great. That nudge to forgive, obey it. That prompting to bless someone, follow it. That whisper to spend time in His Word, do it. Every small act of obedience is a brick laid in the foundation of your destiny. 4. Release what no longer serves you. This is the pruning season. Holding on to old relationships, habits, or patterns will only weigh you down. God is saying, let go so I can give you greater. Release bitterness. Release fear. Release unhealthy ties. Do not mourn what leaves, for it is making room for what is better. 5. Write the vision. Prophecy is not only to be heard, it is to be recorded. Write down what God has spoken to you. Journal your dreams, your confirmations, your signs. When doubt comes, you will have a written testimony to strengthen you. Habakkuk 2:2 declares, write the vision, make it plain. Do not rely on memory alone, anchor it in writing. 6. Prepare practically for the blessing. Faith without works is dead. If God has promised increase, prepare your life to receive it. Organize your finances. Improve your skills. Set your house in order. If you are believing for opportunities, get ready as though they are already here. This practical preparation is a demonstration of faith. 7. Keep your heart pure. Above all, guard your heart. Jealousy. Pride and offense are traps waiting to rob your breakthrough. Stay humble. Stay grateful. Stay forgiving. Remember the tears that carried you here softened your heart. Do not allow bitterness to harden it now. Beloved, these are not burdens. They are invitations. They are not heavy yokes. They are pathways to freedom. God does not give instruction to bind you. He gives instruction to position you. Every act of obedience is a key. Every step of faith is a seed. And soon the fruit will be undeniable. Hear this, your next season does not depend on your perfection, but on your willingness to yield. Do not overcomplicate it. Take one step at a time, and heaven will meet you in every step. Chosen one. The time is short. The hour is near. Obey quickly, trust deeply, and walk boldly. The instructions of God are not suggestions. They are the roadmap to your fulfillment. Chosen one, as you walk forward in obedience, know this: you are not walking alone. Every step you take is wrapped in divine protection. The same God who counted your tears is the God who commands angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. You may not see them, but heaven's army surrounds you. When fear whispers that you are vulnerable, remember you are shielded. When doubt tells you that you might fall, remember everlasting arms hold you. The presence of God is not distant. It goes before you, walks beside you, and rests behind you. Imagine for a moment the image of a shepherd and his sheep. The sheep may wander, the terrain may grow rocky, but the shepherd's rod and staff are always near. He uses them to guide, to protect, and to rescue. In the same way, your Father has never left you exposed. Even in your darkest nights, His unseen hand built a hedge around you. Many dangers passed you by that you never even knew about, because His covering shielded you. Protection does not mean the absence of trials, but it does mean the absence of defeat. Yes, weapons may form, but they will not prosper. Yes, storms may rise, but they will not consume you. God has set boundaries that the enemy cannot cross. You belong to Him, and nothing can snatch you out of His hand. Take comfort in this. The same God who heard your tears also bottled them as proof of His watchful care. He has been both your refuge and your fortress. Even when you felt weakest, His power was strongest. When you step into the fulfillment of prophecy, new challenges may appear, but so will new levels of divine covering. God equips His chosen not only with blessing, but with protection to carry that blessing safely. He says, "Do not fear what lies ahead, for I go before you. Do not tremble at shadows, for my light will scatter them. And so, beloved, let your heart be at peace. You do not walk into your future naked and unguarded. You walk clothed in righteousness, covered by grace, and shielded by the Most High. Rest in this assurance: the same God who was with you in the tears will be with you in the triumph. The tears did not drown you. The breakthrough will not overwhelm you. His presence has always been enough, and it always will be. Chosen one, imagine this: the season of tears has passed, and the sun begins to rise. The ground that once seemed barren now bursts with color. What was hidden beneath the soil springs forth in bloom. This is the transformation awaiting you. The sorrow that marked your nights will not define your future glory will. Your life is about to shift in ways both visible and invisible. Transformation does not mean you become someone else. It means you become fully who you were always meant to be. The tears you shed stripped away false layers, breaking off what did not belong. Now you emerge lighter, stronger, radiant, with the glory of the one who carried you through. Spiritually, you will notice a deeper intimacy with God. The nights of weeping carved wells in your soul, and now those wells will overflow with living water. Where you once felt emptiness, you will feel fullness. Where prayers once felt unanswered, you will now experience divine dialogue. Your relationship with the Father will no longer be defined by survival, but by overflow. Emotionally, peace will anchor you in a way you never thought possible. The anxieties that once plagued you will fade. The wounds that once stung will be healed. Joy will not be fleeting, but abiding, a steady song rising within you. People around you will sense the difference. They will see a glow on your countenance, not because of who you are, but because of whose presence you carry. Practically, doors will open. Opportunities that align with your destiny will appear. What was withheld will now be released. Some of these blessings will be sudden, and others will unfold gradually, but all will carry the fingerprint of God. You will look back and realize that every delay, every tear, every lonely night was part of a divine strategy to position you for this moment. And the fulfillment is not just for you. Your testimony will become a beacon. Others who have walked through storms will find hope because of your story. Your life will preach louder than your words, showing that the God who bottles tears is the same God who brings beauty from ashes. Chosen one, let this vision sink deep. You are stepping from obscurity into visibility. You are stepping from sorrow into joy. You are stepping from waiting into walking. You are stepping from hidden preparation into holy manifestation. Do not fear this transformation. It may feel unfamiliar, but it is what you were created for. You are not being crushed. You are being crowned. You are not being abandoned. You are being anointed. You are not losing. You are being launched. And when fulfillment comes, gratitude will overwhelm you. You will lift your hands and realize that none of it was wasted. The tears were necessary. The silence was sacred. The waiting was holy. And the promise, oh, the promise, was worth it all. Chosen. One step boldly, for the time of fulfillment is near, and you shall see with your eyes what you once only felt in your spirit. Beloved chosen one, you have heard the word, you have felt its weight, and now it is time to carry it with faith. This is not just another message to file away. It is a living seed planted in your spirit. To anchor it deeply, let us close with affirmations and blessing. Affirmations to declare. Daily. 1. My tears were seen, my prayers were heard, and my breakthrough is near. 2. I am chosen, protected, and prepared for God's perfect timing. 3. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, for I walk in divine covering. 4. I release the past, embrace the present, and step boldly into my destiny. Speak these aloud. Whisper them in your heart. Write them down where your eyes will see them each day. Affirmations are not empty words. They are prophetic decrees that shift the atmosphere around you. As you declare them, heaven aligns with your voice. Now let me bless you, chosen one. I bless you with peace that surpasses understanding. May every restless thought be stilled, and every anxious heart be calmed in the presence of God. I bless you with strength for the journey ahead. May your spirit rise like an eagle soaring above storms, finding rest in the winds of the Almighty. I bless you with clarity and discernment. May your ears be sharp to hear the whispers of heaven, and your eyes open to see the doors God has prepared. I bless you with favor. May opportunities seek you out, may blessings chase you down, and may the goodness of God overtake you in ways you never imagined. And I bless you with joy. May laughter return to your lips, may hope reignite in your soul, and may the days ahead sparkle brighter than all the nights behind you. Beloved, your silent tears were never wasted. Heaven heard them all. And now, with this blessing sealed over you, walk boldly into the fulfillment of prophecy. For you are chosen, loved, and destined for glory. Go in peace, expectant, for God has heard every single one.